Our Golf Today roundtable continues with Rex and Lav. Happy New Year to those just joining us. Rex, I've always thought the PGA Tour has done a pretty good job of compelling the best players to continue to play to the end of the season. It's tough when you can say that the biggest events are the majors and the players. You know, in football, it's the Super Bowl's the end of the season. Baseball, World Series, etc. Now we're hearing reporting that the Tour Championship and FedEx Cup may be undergoing another change in the format. What are you hearing, and what might we see?
Well, I'm going to leave the opinion to the Grinch that's going to come after me, because he certainly has opinions when it comes to the format at the Tour Championship. However, I think what they're doing is what probably the Tour has always been doing at the Tour Championship, and trying to find some sort of solution. They've never quite gotten it right. I think we can all agree on that, that from the earliest vestiges, no one wanted to see Steve Sands with the whiteboard trying to do math on live TV. That just wasn't very good for fans or anyone else. So the version they have now is not perfect. Certainly Scotty Scheffler voiced his concern about what it was. If you're going to have a season-long race and then all of a sudden make it come down to just 72 holes in Atlanta, that doesn't seem right. We talked about it last night on the podcast. I think the best case scenario in this would be try to come up with some sort of season-long race and then transition to the playoff race. Make them two separate things, because the idea here is what we've suggested all along. A lot of people have suggested add some version of match play, whether that's medal match play or true match play, and you can do it via stroke play. You can narrow the field down through a round or two or three to whatever's left, 4, 6, 8, give me a number, whatever you're happy with, and then spend the last day or two playing head-to-head match play for all the money, which I think would be compelling TV. I think it's still up in the air. From what I've been told, there's several different versions of this. It hasn't been presented to this year's pack, which hasn't even been named yet. So I think we're a long way from the final product, but it's clear they're looking into making some sort of change.
Where are you on that one, Ryan? I know you've been a critic of this format over the years. Is the problem to you the format of that last week, or is it the playoffs in practical terms, or just philosophically the playoffs need a radical change from one end to the other?
Yeah, it's really hard because we do 52 roundtables like this a year, and most of our criticism is that the PGA Tour is stale and needs to spruce things up. So I'm all for PGA Tour trying something new. I like the fact that they're responding, I think, most pointedly to player criticisms quicker than they ever have before. But even a format tweak at the Tour Championship in East Lake is still ignoring what the central problem is. And the central problem is that they're trying to shoehorn two things into one event. They're trying to determine the best player all season long with the FedEx Cup champion with one highly entertaining event that's also volatile and allows everyone in the 30-man field an opportunity to win. But it can't be too volatile, because then you start to get a little bit fluky and a little bit wonky. And so with match play, or even medal match play, which has been discussed in some of the reporting we've seen so far, that would probably create even more volatility, in addition to potentially being sluggish TV viewing. Because match play on TV, as you guys know, it starts out great, but it actually gets worse on TV the fewer players that you have on the golf course before then you have a championship match, which may not have, you know, two of the more compelling players in the PGA Tour going head-to-head for 4 hours in a lot of downtime. I'm with Rex that I think the solution is to separate them, as opposed to trying to shoehorn everything into one grand finale that, quite frankly, since the FedEx Cup was introduced in 2007, really hasn't worked.
Sluggish TV viewing. Nobody likes sluggish TV viewing. Rex, I have a question. You know, we've just watched two top 6 players, two major champs, go head-to-head on the beautiful island of Maui. I'm curious where we are, the state of the PGA Tour, because at the end of the year, 2024, in December, there was a lot of smoke, even a little bit of fire, maybe a spark about maybe a pending deal between the PGA Tour and LIV, and here the calendar flips, and are we just running in place? What is the state of professional golf as you see it?
Well, I think coming off the first event of the year, it's a signature event. I tend to agree that this is probably a good opening. I understand where Lav is coming from, that 35 under on a resort course is probably not the best way to crown a champion at a signature event. But if you're trying to get to a bigger audience, which is what the PGA Tour essentially is trying to do that via TV, then what better way of doing it in prime time on the East Coast when everyone in the Northeast is freezing and showing the visions or the scenes that we saw last week from Maui. And then you factor in how well Hideki played. It was a historic week for him. There's no way to look around that. How well Collin Morikawa played. Keep going down the list. I think it was a very good start to the season. However, we quickly will fall back into the traps that we had last year, where you're going to have two competing products. The game's going to be fractured, and that's not good for anyone, whether it be the players, whether it be either tour, whether it be the television partners or the corporate partners, certainly not the fans. So I think it's a good start, but certainly we haven't made any jumps in the right direction yet.
Ryan, as we wrap up here, there was an interesting moment last night. Collin Morikawa dropped an audible obscenity that Rich and Brandl thought might actually warrant a fine from the PGA Tour. And I told Damon earlier, when I'm the commissioner, we're going to bonus guys for actually being authentic, even if it offends some people once in a while. Where are you on this, fine or bonus?
Oh, bonus, for sure. Like, I don't think anyone wants to see 156 Terrell Hattons who are F-bombing after every poor shot. But I loved how this was probably the most honest and accessible and relatable that Collin Morikawa has probably seemed to a lot of fans. I love the authenticity that we saw, where your mind is kind of blown that a guy just shot 35 under par and that you lost by 3 shots. Yeah, I don't want to hear it every single week. I think it would get tiresome and probably a little bit juvenile, but I'm all for it. Give him a bonus, just as you suggested.
And he said right out of the gates, pardon my language, and then went right to it. I don't know how you can give a better caveat for that. I'm with you. Give him a bonus.
There are no profanities in this segment or the last one, which might be an upset, though there might have been some profanities among our viewers. Rex and Lav, we don't want to start the new year with anyone but you guys. Thanks so much for the time.